Welcome to Hatful of Rain. We've got Hatful of Rain in the studio.
Hello. Hi.
Hello.
Thank you very much for coming along. And it's chucking it down outside.
It is.
We might pick that up on the microphones a little bit. Thank you for braving the weather.
It's the great British springtime.
It is, I know, yeah. No one would know that this wasn't autumn. So you've been busy people.
Yeah,
You've been gigging an awful lot.
we have.
The live show aspect of your band, I'd say it was key to Hatful of Rain. Is that fair?
I think it's sort of, yes, because I think it's sort of hanging out around a single microphone sort of, or a single microphone tree arrangement like that is important to us, I think.
Did you meet, you came together in seeing each other in playing live, is that right?
Yeah. I had met Phil at a festival, and he'd seen my set, and came up and said he enjoyed it, and did we want to get together and have a jam? And so then we met Fred at the same festival a year later, and Phil already knew James, and yeah, they came to my house for one gig in the kitchen. Like,
right.
It was very similar cramped kind of scenario, and yeah, we did the gig, and everybody was like, "Well, that was fun. Should we do some more?"
But the way you record is pretty much the way you play a gig, isn't it? It's live largely. It's not, you're not a band who piece things together bit by bit. You go out there and practice and play.
We've only made the one album, so
We don't know, I suppose.
It's a
The
work
next
in
album could
progress.
be
completely different.
yeah,
We'll learn by
like the
our
Beach
mistakes.
Boys.
Yeah, we'll do it from different counties.
Thousands of layers.
Yeah.
You've what are your favourite types of gigs? Do you like this? I realise this is pretty damn intimate, but do you prefer like intimate sort of folk clubs and stuff, or do you like it when you get to play a bigger audience at a festival or something?
I think we like both, actually.
Yeah.
I think we probably did our biggest gig at Hailsham Pavilion a couple of weeks back, and that was probably the biggest room we've played in, and that was fine, wasn't it? That was fine.
Yeah.
The trouble with some of bigger rooms is that the volume has to go up, and that gets a bit difficult with the kind of one mic or the mic tree situation.
Yeah. This kind of arrangement, it's not strictly bluegrass, is it? But it's a similar sort of arrangement to a bluegrass band. And you go from the fiddle to the double bass, and it works acoustically very well as that. So putting that on a Wembley Stadium stage would be tricky.
Yeah, because I mean, this whole system was kind of invented, before you had mass amplification, and people were more respectful, and people listened and were quieter, and But I think audiences, they really love it. Like we have so many people that come up to us, and because I think the dynamics when you play like this, that's what, to me, it makes it like we're still in my kitchen. I'm still just sitting here going, oh my god, what you just played on the fiddle was amazing, and we're so close. And when we play somewhere where we've been asked to play with a big distance, I'm like, hello.
It can be a real buzzkill.
Yeah.
It's all about personal hygiene, to be perfect honest.
Okay, well let's test that now. You're going to play a new song for us.
We are.
Which when Stevie's hiding off camera, she doesn't want to speak. When we heard you play this a few weeks ago in Lewis, we were both really blown away. I think it's a gorgeous song, so I'm really looking forward to it. What's the song called?
The song is called A Good Way to Make a Bad Man Worse. And Phil wrote it, and I'm very fortunate and honoured that he gave it to me to sing.
Well, I'm really looking forward to hearing it, so take it away.
Drunken grace, breath like mace, streak grooves on his aging face, side to side steps carefully, clanking bags of debauchery. Do you remember when we went there and back again? No one could hold on so long. At the ground he spits and he cursed. Oh, this is a good way to make a bad man worse. Oh, this is a good way to make a bad man worse. Cracked thumbs he hung walk-up time. You got it good, they shout. Remember the days of slopping out. Grey with homesick, with alone. It's not too far to Parchment Farm. No one could hold on so long. To put your life into reverse. This is a good way to make a bad man worse. Oh, this is a good way to make a bad man worse. This is a good way to make a bad man worse. Oh, this is a good way to make a bad man
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
That was really awesome. Thank you so much. Phil, you wrote that one, is that right?
Yeah.
Did I spot a couple of kind of songwritery references in there? I think I heard the phrase Parchment Farm and Tangled Up in Blue.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
I mean, it comes from two places really. One was a time I spent in France busking years ago, and I had a few adventures. Not all of them nice, and I found myself in a little bit of trouble and got out of it in the end. But I kind of lived rough for a while,
Right.
and so there's a lot of alcohol references, I think. So
Right.
good way to make a bad man worse.
Yeah.
But also it partly comes from a quotation from Douglas Hurd, actually former Tory Home Secretary, who said that prison was an expensive way to make bad people worse.
Right.
So I suppose that was a good way to make a bad
So it
man
wasn't a
worse.
complete fool. no comment.
Well, there's been worse. There's been worse
Yeah,
Home
yeah, yeah.
Secretaries, that's all I'd say.
That was really lovely. Thank you very much. I enjoyed that immensely. So do you often sort of swap? Because you take lead vocals only once or twice, and you do too, Fred.
Yeah.
How does it feel to write a song and then give it? Obviously, you've got someone great to give it to, but are you happy
it's-
just like to hand it over
It's
to?
just that. It's just that. She's Chloe's better singer, and
Yeah.
that's.
I didn't mean I meant.
Yeah.
I mean,
no,
go on.
No, I think so. It's a pleasure to do that. I'm really
It's
delighted.
in a bit of
Yeah.
a different key now.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, I bet.
yeah.
They're not too happy about that.
It wouldn't have been in B flat if it was me, but no, it's a pleasure to do that. I think that's great.
I think it's important to us to kind of distribute the vocals a little bit. Obviously,
Mhm.
it's kind of in Chloe's favour, but I think we all like the idea of, us taking over the vocals occasionally.
Yeah.
Any chance of James ever taking over a vocal?
Well, I do actually sing in a couple of them.
Do you?
Yeah, sometimes I hear it in my
Right.
right ear and I go, ooh!
Not very good, I'm afraid.
Well, you're a very, very good
it's-
fiddle player. And I think that's a real facet of the band. It's something that really makes Hatful of Rain stand out, to be frank, is that virtuosity.
Thank you.
I'll listen out for you singing next time we come and see you play live.
I don't listen too hard.
I just wanted to quickly ask about other musical styles that you might be interested in, because I know that you're not all. This isn't the only type of music you might listen to personally. So James, maybe starting with you, because I know you have a sort of classical background. But any of you, are there any other sort of styles of music that you might? Do you go home and listen to dubstep? What do you all listen to?
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
We did had a great. We realised that Fred and I particularly were having this conversation about basically what was the best ever Hawkwind track. What was the best ever Hawkwind album? Trying to think.
What about you, Chloe?
I'm really into English folk stuff,
Right.
and I love American roots like old time and bluegrass stuff.
You've just been to Sore Fingers,
I've
haven't
just
you?
come back from sore fingers and it was amazing.
Right. Do you have sore fingers?
Well, they're not too bad, but I have a sore liver.
That's I pity you. I hope it was worth
But
it.
it was worth it. It was very worth it, and it was pretty cold. So that's devotion to the cause. 'Cause
That
it
really
was,
is.
-4 at night, and my contents of the kettle was frozen in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's like being up Everest or something.
Yeah.
What about you, James? What sort of music do you listen to if you go home of an evening?
I don't tend to listen to a lot of music at the moment. That was kind of in the past, and I was immersing myself in all sorts of things. But I listen to stuff that Chloe puts on in the van,
Right.
for instance.
On your way to a gig.
But I'm more interested in kind of finding my own voice and composing my own stuff. So kind of other music gets in the way sometimes.
Right.
And he has a very good CD of his own with his lovely compositions on it.
Yeah, and which I've heard, and it is very nice, James. Thank you very much for sharing your compositions with Hatful and with us. Thank you all very much. Is there anything you'd like to say to the internet out there before we go?
Yeah, watch out for the second album. Recorded November, October.
It's going to happen in the autumn.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to it. I'd like to say thank you very much to Hatful of Rain.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.